with the Ulysse Nardin Genghis Khan Jackie Mart minute repeater tourbillon. Probably one of Nardin's most important watches they have ever made, next to the Ulysse Nardin Freak. Now, Rolf Schneider, when he took over the company, he surrounded himself with talent, not just Ludwig Oechslinger, who's responsible for the Freak and a few other things, but also back then a young genius watchmaker by the name of Christophe Claret. And he was literally at times referred to as the master of minute repeaters. Now, let's talk about Jackie Mart. What does Jackie Mart mean? There are a couple of versions there. One version dates back to the Middle Ages, before we had clocks, and these were referred to the guys that were up in a tower that in case of an attack, fire, or any kind of an emergency, they would strike the bells, right? So literally those were the striking men. And again, the minute repeater, what does it do? It strikes the hours, the quarter hours, and the minutes. So technically makes sense. There is another version, however. So Fintan Kindler, who was a Benedictine monk, wrote a book back in 1905, and he quotes a certain Genghis Mart, which was a 14th century clockmaker, as the inventor of the first automated figure striking the hour on the bell. Personally, both of these theories sound good to me because, look, men striking bells or striking hours, obviously that existed before the clocks. What's important is this is one of the baddest creations that Ulysse Nardin has ever done. Because not only is this a Westminster repeater featuring 4 gongs, this also has a mechanical fixture. So when the minute repeater comes off, a Genghis Khan battle taking place, literally on top of your dial. And it's not just an automation where they move around, they actually move around to the gongs. They move around to the music that is played by the minute repeater. And by the way, minute repeaters were originally created in the 17th century in order to be able to tell time in the dark. It was very, very practical, where today it's more of a horological flex, if you will, because not a lot of companies out there are able to even produce minute repeaters. In conclusion, this is one of 2 of my favorite pieces from Ulysse Nardin, and there are many variations of these Jackie Mart minute repeaters. Original retail prices on these pieces were somewhere around anywhere from that $500,000 to $750,000 Swiss franc mark. Today's day and age, you could probably find one of these pieces trading at around half its original retail price, which is very, very unfortunate.